Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. In our last episode, we ran around like chickens with our heads cut off, looking for pieces of heart and the three medallions. If it seemed like we're kind of running around aimlessly, I apologize. Uh, this episode's going to be, like I said, a lot more collecting. However, we do have more of a game plan. I'll go ahead and say it right now. We're going to collect I think it's 2 more pieces of heart and 2 very powerful magical items. So, without further ado, let's get started. First thing I want to do is try to make my way over to the dark graveyard. Now, I'll be honest, like I have been this entire time. I don't quite exactly remember the best way to get there, and if I could have better aim with my boomerang, that would be fantastic. So first things first, we're gonna try to make our way over, like I said, to the dark graveyard. And the only way I know how to get there properly, if we can, is to go through the dark Kakariko village, which of course in this world is called the City of Thieves or the Village of Thieves or something like that. It's a terrible place, let me tell you. Make no doubt about that. There are a couple of games we can play over here. There's a shovel game. There is a piece of heart. If you play the shovel game enough, you get the shovel, you start shoveling around, you will eventually find a piece of heart. However, it's completely random, and I honestly don't really like playing it. I will play it once I have enough rupees, because you can get lucky the first time and grab it, or it can take you 500 rupees before you get it. So as I imagined, there's no real good way to get through to the village this way. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to be clever. And I know there's a way to get to that part of the world early. As you can see, that rock, I couldn't lift it up because there's an item that you need before you can lift extremely heavy things. I can lift heavy things, but there are extremely heavy things that I cannot lift yet. And I need a particular item to be able to do so. But if I'm not mistaken, and I very well could be, but I know it's here somewhere. There is actually an entrance to the dark world here somewhere in the Lost Woods. It's just a matter of finding it. And we have to be careful while we're in here, because there are thieves that wander around this place. No, that's not the way we want to go. So we have been in there before. We got the piece of heart from that spot. Alright, I'm just going in circles now. So we're going to head down this way to this dead end, it seems. I think I went through the wrong entrance, maybe? Or no. Again, soldiers in the forest, whatever. So this is the guy. This is a thief. And he'll come at me, and you can't kill him, and he will steal your rupees. I really can't stand these guys. So I'm gonna try to just... See, that's what he does. He bumps into you, and he steals your rupees. Complete jerk. It's here somewhere. You can't tell me it doesn't exist. I know for a fact that it's here somewhere. Well, where is it? Maybe I'm wrong and it's not in the Dark Woods at all. But I know that there's an entrance. So it is quite the hidden entrance. Going through the woods, exiting through that little bit, coming around, and you will see these two pegs here. You lift it, and you walk in. And we are now in the dark part of Kakariko Village, but in the Dark World. And let me tell you about this place. This place is awful. There are thieves in this town as well. It's called the Town of Thieves for a reason. And all the characters here, they will try to bump into you and steal your rupees. So just be warned. The village of Outcasts, people without rupees are not welcome here. Let's talk to this tree. He doesn't have anything nice to say to me, so let's just move on. We have business. We're gonna make our way to the dark graveyard, like I said. It's easier if we just kill the enemies here. Now, this is pointing at something. You can see, it's very clearly an arrow. I think I'm gonna dig. No, you can't dig. The digging is gone. That's weird. It's just pointing this way. I don't understand. No more shovel. So, this is not the graveyard. This is the cave. I think the cave that we're talking about. A profitable story if we give him 20 rupees. I don't know why he wants rupees, what he's going to do with them, but I'm not going to pay him. I'm not interested right now. This is what I'm interested in. First of all, let's go away. Okay, so this is the graveyard, but dark. You can see it's pretty much the same thing, but dark. There are two things we want to do here. The first thing, we're going to step up here, and you might be thinking, wow, what a weird thing, just a little ladder up to a ledge that leads nowhere. Well, let's head over to the light world, and you'll see that there's a cave. And entering the cave, you'll see that there's a crack on the wall in the very back. And very nice piece of heart. We're gonna collect it. we're going to head back into... And we're stuck. This could be... Alright, so what happens if you switch back and forth between light and dark and you get stuck in the wall? Well, you get sent back immediately. So, try not to get stuck. Okay, not a big deal. It doesn't matter. So, what we're going to do, we're going to transfer ourselves back into the light world right here. This is kind of a shortcut. Technically, you're not supposed to be able to do this until you have the power to lift heavier stones. But, wait a second. Am I wrong? Can I not do this right now? Looks like I can't. No, I can. You bump into it. You don't push it. It's one of those. Alright, so here we go. We're going to open it up and we have the magic cape. We are invisible when we wear it. Watch the magic meter. When they mean invisible, they also mean invincible. You cannot be harmed when you're wearing the magic cape. And this is going to come extremely handy. Will you die already? You know what? Forget it. Let's just head back into the dark world where it's safe. And like I said, it's going to come in extremely handy for the other item we're going to be retrieving today. Oh, come on with the bees. So yeah. The next thing we want to do... Oh, a fairy. That is good luck. That's exactly what I wanted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back over to the light world. Take the bird. Head over, actually, yes. I'm going to go back to the light world. Take the bird over to Death Mountain. And I'm not going to show it this all. It's just, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it here. And I'll meet you guys at the entrance to Death Mountain. Alright guys, I kind of lied a little bit. There's something I did forget. We want to head over back to the Lumberjack, the twin Lumberjack Bumpkin's house. Remember that tree that they were sawing earlier? Well, they're not sawing it anymore. We can now bump into it and open a secret. We're going to jump inside. There are some fairies here if you need them or want them. But more importantly, we found a piece of heart. That's what we really wanted. Yeah. Now that we do have that, now we're going to head over. Doesn't seem like that big of a shortcut, but it saves me the trouble of going through that stupid cave. So we're going to do that. Pass the old man once more. Back out like we've done a couple of times now. Straight out, straight this way. And back up the stairs. Alright. So, actually, let's equip the cape. Get rid of these guys with our sword beams from afar. They can't jump away from those. Big jerks. I really hate enemies that jump around. Come on with the stupid. I really hate these guys. So, no matter, we're going to the dark world. As soon as we get into the dark world, we're jumping off this little cliff, heading into this little cave. Wow, Look at that. The entire floor is covered with spikies. Well, there's nothing to do but put on the cape and head through. Now, like I said, this cape makes you invisible, but it also makes you invincible. You cannot be harmed while you wear the cape. We're going to take off the cape now to save our magic. Yeah, I guess we can collect the hearts. That's not really what I want. I want magic. It doesn't look like I'm going to be getting any. But that's a shame. We now have the Cane of Burna. If I swing it once, a ring of light will protect me. Well, to be honest with you, we're pretty screwed no matter what. Thankfully, we have a couple of items that are going to save our lives. So, first thing, we're going to use it as much as we can. I know there's not that much left. We're going to take an entire heart of damage every time. Can we make it? No, we can't. But you know what? We have fairies. This is why it's always good to have at least one fairy. That's fine. Listen, guys, we got what we wanted. Not a big deal. Let's head back to the light world. Let's actually head back right here. And the first thing we're going to do is head back into this cave. Let me get my boomerang, get these guys out of here. So as painful as that was, that's a good item to have. That's not what I meant to do. So, I mean, I'm going to try it one more time. The trick is to, of course, stop running at the very last second. And not bump into the wall and fall into the hole. As if we needed any more hearts lost. Yeah, I thought that was the bee tree, but I just wanted to make sure. Well, you know what? We're going to break this tree one more time. We're going to jump in. Going to grab our net because I want to capture a fairy, and the other fairy I'm just going to go ahead and touch. Caught a fairy. I'm going to keep it in a bottle, and thank you very much. I'll go ahead and grab the other one. So this being accomplished, we now have started our second row of hearts. We have in our possession all three medallions, the Cane of Burna, the Magic Cape, and the Flute, and the Magic Powder. In the last 2 episodes, we've collected a lot of stuff. With what we have, I believe we are now ready to enter the second dark dungeon and rescue the second captured maiden. That being said, I want to head back to Link's house. I'm just going to go in here. This is where we're going to end this episode. No magic in here. But yes, this is where we're going to end this episode. In the next episode, we are going to head back into the dark world. And we're going to head over to the swamp. And we're going to tackle that second dungeon. And let me tell you, it's a doozy. It really gets tough from here on out. So, by collecting all these hearts, by collecting all these items, I think we're going to make it a lot easier for us to get through the second dungeon. So I hope you will join me next time when we take on the swamp dungeon in the dark world. I hope you will join me next time.